Are you stuck getting 30 SR every game and then losing that 30 SR on the next game when you lose? Well, today I'm going to try and explain to you how SR works at a much broader scale and then try to give you some tips and tricks on how to improve your SR gains throughout your experience in Black Ops 6 ranked play. So the Black Ops 6 ranked play is basically the same ranked play system that we've had the last 2 years in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, and that hidden performance rating drives your SR. And basically what happens is there's HPR stat, which is hidden performance rating, and this is similar to your SR. Basically, the hidden performance rating is a rating the game gives you based on your perceived skill level. So when you are getting the 300 plus SR gains at the beginning of ranked play, those are only because the game believes that you are not a bronze 1 player. It believes that you are a, let's say, plat 3 player. So it's going to expedite you towards the rank that they think you are. So you'll play a first few games and the game will say you are a plat 3. And if you are a gold 1 and you continue to play good, you are going to continue to be ranked at a plat 3, so you should be getting more SR. So that's why you are getting those 300 SR games, the 200 SRs, the 100 SR pluses. But when you are getting closer to your perceived rank, let's say you were getting close to that plat 1 area, you are going to slow down and you are not going to gain SR at the high rate you were before. You're going to be gaining SR at about a 30 to 40, maybe even 50 sometimes when you have a good game, SR rating. And some more information about how SR is determined. Every time you win a game or lose a game, there is an upper range and a lower range that you can get based on how well you play. So if you play your individual game very well and you win the game, obviously winning the game is the big key. Winning the game gives you more SR, losing takes away SR. But when you win a game and you play bad, you are going to get the lower range of this SR. So let's say you are hard stuck right now and you get that 17 or 18 SR gain. That means that you had a bad game personally and you won the game. But if you get, let's say, 45 SR after you just got 14 SR, that means that you played really well and your team won the game. These are some things that are hard to understand at the time. Oh, why did I get only 45 SR? Well, the game kind of looks at your previous games. It goes back through your last 10 games and it will say you have won 5 games and you've also lost 5 games. So you are probably at about the rating that you should be. So the game is not going to be giving you bonus SR just for winning an extra game and making you have now 6 wins and maybe 4 losses. The game is expecting you to be at this level, so you have to perform at a higher level if you want to gain more SR. And this is where it gets difficult and where you can get stuck in the SR hell realms. And this is the hardest area to break out because now you are hard stuck. When you are no longer gaining massive amounts of SR, the game has you stuck in the spot that it believes that you are, which rightfully so, you probably are in this area. So now you need to find a way to get better. And the only way to consistently show that you are better than what the game has you at is to individually perform better. And this also comes from a different spot. If you start off brand new in ranked play, do not have bad KDs. You really need to make sure you have a good KD the entire time, even if you lose the game. Losing a game and getting absolutely pooped on is bad. Winning a game and getting pooped on as well, because now the game thinks that you are overrated at the spot you were at. If you were having a massive difference in your KD and you are going negative over and over, you are not able to hang with those people. So sometimes it sucks because losing a game and having a good KD is better than getting pooped on and winning the game, because it helps out your KD and it helps out your individual performance and what the game thinks of you. I know it's a crazy thing to say, but that's just how it is. If you want to maintain getting good SR, you need to make sure that you always have a good KD, you have good objective time, and you play the game relatively the right way, and it will reward you for it. The difference between your HPR and your SR rating is basically what judges how much SR you are going to gain. And another factor that does not make sense sometimes, and it's hard to judge this one, is what your opponent's hidden performance rating is. Because if your opponents are actually rated as iridescents and you are in the platinum range and you end up playing those guys, they are going to give you more SR for beating people who they believe are iridescents versus somebody who actually is a platinum themselves. So when before you were only gaining about 30 to 40, now you get 50 because you beat some people who are iridescents in their HPR. So it can get very confusing. Sometimes it's better off just to not worry about your individual games and just focus on continuing to play well and winning games. Winning games is almost a second thought. Play well yourself and winning games is just an afterthought. You will win games if you play well. If you play well, you will gain SR, and you'll continue to gain massive amounts of SR. But winning nickel and diming your way up to the top is not as good as getting the lump sums of 150 SR over and over and over. At the moment, going through Platinum, I was getting about 150 to 300 SR a game, and that's because the game does not think I'm a Platinum player, and I've continued to play well in basically every game that I've played up to this point. But as I reach Diamond level, I start to have some games where I'm not slaying out like I was before, and especially as you get towards the Crimson and Iridescent as well, the amounts of times that you have to see these breakout 2 and 3 KD games, they just go lower and lower every single time. So the hard part is making sure that you continue to play at the high level so you continue to get the most amount of SR that you could possibly get. So at the end of the day, the SR rating, the system makes decent sense. It doesn't make amazing sense. It's not the best thing I've ever seen, but it does work very well because it gets players to the right level, gets them to the level they should be at in the game, and it also helps you not play Iridescence as long in your bronze, silvers, and gold ratings. Because the last thing you want to do in Platinum is run into somebody that you think is a smurf, but really they're just on their way up to the top to the Iridescent rank, and you are at Platinum and you're running into these people over and over because they have to play there and get 30 SR every game. So they're going to play 15 games there instead of just 5 or 6 games. So it's actually a good thing in some regards. But at the end of the day, if you're complaining about getting 30 to 40 SR for wins, all you need to remember is that you should not be getting over 100 SR consistently. That's just not the entire point of the game. At some point, your SR is going to drop off. It's just going to happen, and you have to hit a grind phase where you go through this phase of getting 30 to 40 SR every win, and you are going to have to win a lot of games, 7 to 8 games probably out of the last 10, and you're going to be having good KDs. You can't have a bad game. One bad game erases a few games of work, and that sucks because there's hackers and there's all these different scenarios and variables that you can't even control, but it's just how it is. So you have to tough it out. You have to figure out what you need to do to make sure that you play good, and then continue to push and strive for the best things that you can in game. So hope you guys have all enjoyed the video. Drop a like and subscribe if you did, and let me know some situations that you guys are in the comment section below. Peace out.